Wayans brothers.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma.
All right, look at her getting excited today. Here she go getting excited today.
Yeah, I know. Well, there was a mosquito. Good morning, Christy. There was a mosquito in my jacuzzi, so I had to kill it.
Oh, wait a minute. Good
I know.
morning, everybody. Good morning, world.
Good morning. You didn't hear me scream while the intro was on? You must not have heard me scream. It's a Tuesday, yes. Yes, Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Oh, yeah. This is how we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen. Tina is killing mosquitoes before showtime.
You know what? Why are they even out? This is Christmas.
I know.
That is my question.
Everybody. Okay, did you hear that? Merry Christmas. My Christmas joy is really starting to come up because it's been so... Okay, first of all, good morning, everybody.
Oh, yeah,
Merry
yeah.
Christmas. Happy holiday.
Absolutely, and the same to you. And Christie Taylor Tilton Show is the Taylor Tilton Show is sponsored by Christie Taylor Consulting and the Podcast Center. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, this is a prelude to the Taylor Tilton Hour. We are broadcasting our shows in Memphis, Tennessee, and Rome.
Our televised shows.
Our televised shows. That's right. Yeah, so the Taylor Tilton Hour in Memphis and Rome today at 10. And check this out. We have some amazing things that have been happening in Memphis, you know, that has been really getting me more into the Christmas spirit.
Good Christmas. You said Christmas.
I know.
Gee whiz, it's Christmas. Okay.
You know something? I mean, one reason why is because a mutual mentor of ours, John Payne, got to give him love. He actually
John.
They're going Christmas caroling this weekend. So I really like...
Wait a minute.
Yes. Singing Christmas carols. And they're doing it at a senior citizen community center in the Whitehaven community. So I'm like, oh my God, like people are really getting back to the essence of what this Christmas season is about. Sharing.
You know what? I love that because I've never, and good morning, Mommy. I got your text.
Good morning, Mommy.
I've never seen carolers live. I've always seen them on television, and I wondered when in the American history did that stop? Because I've never seen that. Have you?
Well, okay. Without blowing my horn.
Christy used to carol.
I used to carol. But see,
Christy the caroler.
Christy the caroler. I used to go Christmas caroling, both for school, especially shout out to Millington Central High School. Yay, go Trojans. But also, like I said, Tipton County, Millington, Woodstock area, a lot of times small churches and communities, you can just walk up and down the road singing Christmas carols door to door. And yes, now I love that. That's so nostalgic for me.
It is.
Now, of course, I know that you had a chance to, you didn't go caroling, but the Christmas season has afforded you an opportunity to also enjoy some good singing.
Yeah. My family and I, this past, wait a minute. Yeah, 2 days ago. The time seems to be going by so fast, Christy. But just Sunday, we went to the Bellevue's Singing Christmas Tree. That's a family tradition that we have here, and we absolutely love it. We had a great time. It was so good. It's always so packed, and it's so amazing to see the people, the number of people actually that volunteer for these. As the pastor put it, these are not productions. These are presentations of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So with that, I'm like 2 thumbs up. I love it. And it's again, for me, it's so amazing to see this great talent that's on the stage, from itty bitty. I mean, I'm talking about from the baby Jesus that the people be stealing in a nativity set. That baby Jesus, from from that one to the adults that are, senior citizens that are singing in these productions. And I'm just like, ooh. And then my mom and I, we love the Flying Angels. They have such an amazing. You talking about Brown Baptist? Y'all think Pastor be flying over there at Brown Baptist? Please don't play with it. Bellevue singing Christmas tree got some real angels over there, and they got wings, y'all.
Oh my God! So okay, so for those who don't know that, yes, we are definitely the region for the flying pastors and angels. Yes, honey,
Yeah.
welcome, and good morning, Miss Lewis. Good morning. Also, Miss Sandra Hill Wilson again, and the singing Christmas tree. Actually, it truly is a tradition. I know it's your family tradition, and last week shared with us how for the sake of her family and her daughter, that she really goes all out. I mean, it's the 12 days. We thought it was the 12 days of Christmas leading up to Christmas. It's actually the many, many days of Tina's Christmas leading up to Christmas. And then we go into the 12 days of Christmas from December the 25th until the top of December, which parallels and overlaps with Kwanzaa and Christie's birthday. All of these are holy days. But the history of the tradition, Bellevue singing Christmas tree, for those who don't know, it's been around about 45 years. Yeah, 1976.
It has. Right. It's been a while. And now I can say this Wednesday we plan on going to Starry Nights. And I'm so grateful that the weather is going to permit, because it's supposed to rain Thursday. So Wednesday is going to be perfect for us.
Starry Nights. Now, of course, for those who don't know, down in Memphis, we go all out. We really do. A lot of people really do commit to Starry Nights. And I honestly, I used to go to Starry Nights all the time, particularly in radio, because we used to get the free tickets. I ain't gonna lie. And I got now honestly,
I had to pay for my team. Wait a minute.
My thing is this though: in radio and media, a lot of times you would get free stuff. I didn't always go, but the Starry Nights that benefits Shelby Farms Park, I would go to that. I would go and wait in those lines, drive through. Now, most people who are smart, they would get the big SUV or the car and pack everybody in. A lot of times I was by myself. So I think I
Wait a minute.
I know.
Christie Taylor, who does that? Who goes to see Starry Nights alone?
I would experience the magic of the holidays at Shelby Farms Park's largest event, oftentimes by myself, bringing in the spirit of the season. Lord.
I'm going to ask you like I ask my kids. Does that make any real good sense? I mean, really, you are not supposed to go there alone. Tina. That is,
To my defense, I didn't realize it was a family affair. I just thought anybody could go, but as I would go, I started realizing like people were like packing their SUVs, would have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in those cars.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get out the car, we can make s'mores, we can pet reindeer, there are live reindeer there, hot chocolate, you eat paninis. It's just fun and delicious. So I can't wait. I probably need to allot about 6 to 7 pounds this extra this month.
For the holiday season.
Just go put it in my mind. And then that way, January, I won't be so surprised. Be like, how did I pick up those pounds? How do you think?
Well,
you've been eating hot chocolate and s'mores and such.
Now you about to make me want to jump in the van with y'all. Are y'all doing a van, an SUV?
It's gonna be live. Please, you know it. The van. We are taking the mom van, and we gonna head to Starry Nights in the van.
My goodness.
But again, I know that the weather is supposed to hold up on Wednesday. So if you have not purchased your tickets to Starry Nights, and this is a shameless plug, please do so before Thursday, because Thursday it is supposed to rain again, and we definitely don't want another situation like what just happened.
Oh my God. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me just completely devastated. That's one of the headlines. Kentucky town left mourning. They're in ruins after the catastrophic tornado.
Of course,
it spread throughout the entire region, but they just really Mayfield, Kentucky, which of course part of the heartbreak is that it really impacted a candle factory, which was working 24 hours a day to get candles out for the Christmas season. And dozens,
Oh, wow.
yes, dozens. They were, so it was occupied in the middle of the night because they were at work working on these. Oh my God. So our prayers, our sincere prayers out to the entire region, specifically to the cities and towns that were hardest hit, and for
Yes,
those who
yes.
are mourning the loss of family and
Let,
businesses.
let, let me ask you this, because I didn't hear about that story. Were there any losses, like lives lost
Yes. Okay. So
at the candle factory?
yes,
Yikes.
yes,
Oh,
yes. As a matter of fact,
I did
they're
not
saying
know.
Kentucky currently has claimed up to so far up to 88 lost lives.
Yikes.
Almost, so
What?
they're on, yeah. So I mean, here it is in the midst of a season where we
My
are
God.
out,
My
as we're
God.
talking about the singing Christmas tree and the starry nights and spending time with family. And even I
Right.
started to get into the Christmas spirit, and thank God I was asleep when it happened. My sister said she woke up and heard it. Honestly, I heard something hit my balcony, and I just jumped up, and sure enough, something I had been kind of thrown around
Toppled
on the,
over.
yeah, had
Uh-huh.
toppled over, and I just put it in and went back to sleep. And it wasn't until I was like the next day, just seeing, some of my friends in Texas were like, "Is everybody okay?" And I was like, "What happened?" And then that's when I started, lightly reading the news, and this was like, "Oh my God," And then my sister, when we talked,
No.
she said how the tornado literally was on the ground. Okay, now for those of us who are in this
She
region,
saw it?
no, she didn't see it, but in Kentucky, yes, Sandra, um, they said the tornado was like miles wide and literally set on the ground and traveled for over 200 miles. Now, for those of us in the South and
Oh.
and things of that nature, they really, typically touch down and jump back up.
Yeah, they
Tornadoes.
true. True. That's true.
It went, they said it was miles, like miles wide. I don't have the information on how, but it basically walked through Kentucky slowly for over 200 miles. That is unheard of. That is unheard
It
of.
sure is.
So yeah, so
Oh,
far,
wow, y'all.
but
Wow,
they said
y'all.
Mayfield was hard hit because they actually, that candle factory that was making around the clock candles for the holiday season and
Wow.
Kwanzaa
Wow.
and all that. So our prayers.
Prayers
I
go
mean,
out.
yeah.
Absolutely. I did not know
Mhm.
that. And even here locally, I mean, our prayers go out to you because, or to those that are listening and that were impacted. Because a friend of mine, she texted a group of us and stated that there was a tree that had fallen in her neighbor's yard, and the tree was no, I'm sorry, house. Let me rephrase that, not yard, but house. No one, was injured. Praise God. But
Hallelujah.
she took a picture of it, and we were all like, "What? Did
Whoa.
that happen for real?"
Mhm,
And
mhm.
it's so there was devastation. Now I was very surprised that my utilities held up. I
Actually,
just was
it's
bracing
interesting you
myself.
said, right, because throughout, of course, we saw people saying, "Hey, are your lights still out?" Because MLGW,
Yeah,
somehow, even if a wind just whispers through,
yeah.
power outages can happen. And a couple people were like, "Yeah, mine are." But I also got talking about trees down. I was driving
Yeah.
around in my neck of the woods,
Hmm.
literally, and in the street, because I love the fact that we do have so many beautiful trees. I really do love that about Tennessee and just this region overall.
Oh yeah, I know. Me too. I love
And it
trees.
was like, oh my God, because I sometimes will pass when I see a storm and you see the limbs down and the trees down, particularly trees that have been like uprooted. I
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I'll like say a prayer. I'm like, oh my God, you didn't survive this time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so there was a couple of
Wait a minute.
trees.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stop.
What?
You prayed for the tree. You told the tree
Yes,
it didn't survive.
it didn't survive
You
the storm. Some of
huh.
these trees have been around for 50 to 100 to hundreds of years, and this particular storm took it out.
Huh. Did you cry?
Well, I don't necessarily cry. Good morning, Mr. Aaron Kearney. Good
Don't. We ain't talking to Aaron right
Rock
now. Hey,
Memphis,
Aaron.
Rock
We
Memphis
we're talking about
representing.
you and these trees and praying over trees that have fallen and feeling bad for the trees.
I do
Did
feel
you
bad for
pray?
the trees. I do feel,
Did
particularly
you
if it's
cry?
been okay. Now, some trees, some branches fall off, and things like that. I'll be like, oh, but if it's been uprooted, like there's one tree not too far from me, literally they blocked off a part of the street. It's a three-lane road, Winchester,
Okay.
and they got the things in the road because they don't want you to hit it. And it's because the tree like pretty much didn't survive. Yes. Good morning, Mr. Henderson.
Hey,
That's
Mr.
right.
Henderson. We're talking trees right now. Let me
Well,
still try and get to the bottom
well,
line of this with
Aaron
Christie
Kearney,
Taylor.
yes, I pray for the trees. I pray, and matter of fact, okay, I should save this for things people don't know about me, but since we're talking about it, not only do I pray for the trees, I speak to the trees like sometime in the morning. Good morning. I have a favorite tree I wave to every morning. I wave at this tree. Good morning. Yeah, so if I see a tree that got knocked down in a storm,
Oh my God.
like uprooted, that's
Help me,
right,
Lord.
Mr. Henderson.
Lord,
All knows about the
who have you
trees.
paired me with? Who have you paired me with, Lord?
Well,
Lord,
okay,
Mrs.
listen,
Rogers' neighborhood. Oh Lord.
but okay,
Won't you
it's a tie into Christmas.
won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbor, tree. My
That's right.
God.
I wave to the trees. I don't know. Sometime I walk by. That's right. LOL. Yes, LOL. Y'all can LOL me. But yes, I
Whatever.
see the trees. I wave to good morning to my favorite tree. And now I have a few little succulents that survive because I don't do well necessarily if I'm touching the plants. But my succulents survive, and I wave to them in the morning. And yes, if
Oh.
a storm is bad enough and a tree is uprooted, I'm like, oh. Now I'm not a tree hugger like some people are tree huggers, even though
Shoot, don't sound like don't try to fix it now. Hey, I could see you getting out the car, out of that little bitty what do you- that little bitty,
my little love bug, my little
yeah,
Fiat,
your little bug, right?
my little
Getting out
Fiat.
hugging trees.
I
Like, what is
I
that?
haven't gotten to
I'm
that
like,
point
child,
yet.
just drive past her. That's just Christy Taylor. Just drive past her. Keep going to work, baby, so you can be on time. Don't don't mind her at all. Keep driving.
But I think it's still okay. If we can talk about trees that singing Christmas trees.
Hey, these are real people inside of this tree, though. So that's different.
Well,
But the tree does sing, though. You're
the
right.
tree
It
does
does sing.
sing, and it's based on a Christmas tree that has roots in the earth, and we are implementing the trees. And that's so if trees can sing, then they can feel and they can hurt if their
Yeah,
leaves are broken. And that's right. Prayers for the people affected by last Friday night severe
absolutely.
weather. Yes, indeed. And yes, if we can listen to trees that sing, we definitely can pray for trees that have fallen in the storm.
Okay.
But
So what
don't
else
tease
did
it.
you see while you
Okay,
were out
okay,
there? I don't
okay.
even want to
So
keep
I'm glad you said
staying
that.
from
I'm
you and
glad you
these
said that.
trees.
This is a great segue. Now we're praying for people who were infected by the last Friday's severe
Yeah,
weather. And let me tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
something. Let me tell you something. As I was driving around and praying for the trees that got all the way knocked down, and just like and those who we got some storms coming up, Mr. Henderson, this weekend. No severe weather. So that's the reason why Tina is excited, because she can go to Starry Nights and drive through very gorgeous nature with the
Drive through. What? I just
oh,
told you
that's right.
I'm getting
Yeah,
out. I'm petting
that's
reindeers. I'm making s'mores, eating hot chocolate and paninis. I already got this lined up. I
it.
already got it.
So you don't just okay. Well, I
Yes.
will have to say I used to just drive through. I did not get out, but it is because family affair. I didn't realize you needed a whole host of people packed in to really make the experience. But I will say that driving around. Oh yes. He said, Mr. Kearney said his favorite tree is a pine, is an oak and a pine tree. For a Christmas tree. Oh, okay, your favorite tree, oak or pine. Okay, now I will say, as I was on the trees, like, I did get a little giggle in my mouth. I did get a little giggle as I was also driving around
Okay.
and noting
Okay.
Santa down. Man down, man down, man down. There was quite a few Santas in front.
Oh yeah.
There was a
Yes.
couple of Santas that were man down because, and I wanted to say, I almost texted and called you and said, Tina, is your Santa okay? I almost did that.
And my answer would have been, heck yes. My Santas are down. My Frosty is down. What happened to my inflatables? Lord have mercy. You know, I
Baby,
thought they got
there
shot
were
at first. I said,
so many.
did my Frosty get shot? I ain't know. I heard some bangs, you know. I'm for real. I heard some bangs
You
about
heard
2
some
o'clock
tat, tat,
earlier
tat,
that
tat,
day. I
tat.
said, wait. Now I'm not in a bad neighborhood. Let me say that. I'm not in a bad neighborhood. But I,
Well,
you know, every now and then you
there
people don't
now
know how to
is
act.
what you
So
said.
and it's almost New Year's Eve. It's almost New Year's. It's almost, and I
Yeah.
already know how the so I think people are now practicing with their pistols. That's what they're doing. They're
Okay.
practicing
Yeah.
with their
Okay.
pistols right before the New Year.
Now,
However,
I think that
so
I
before the
was a little
storm,
concerned. I was a little, I kind of, okay, first of all, I got to talk about myself. I do like to drive and getting in the Christmas spirit. Christmas. I like to drive around and see, holiday decor, particularly on these big palatial homes out here in the
me
burbs.
too.
And
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, okay, they did good. Oh, okay. Especially like dusk and dawn. I don't do the late night, starry night drive through neighborhoods. No. But if it's like the sun is setting and people lights are starting to come on and stuff like that, I'll do that. Okay. But I will say
Okay.
in the middle of the day after Saturday, when I was driving around doing some errands, and I saw so many Santa's down, man down, man
Yeah,
down.
my Santa down. My
Wait a
Frosty is
minute.
down. You
But
know what?
Tina,
Go ahead.
I
Okay.
almost
Okay.
called you and said, is this your house? Because when I tell you this one house had Santas, snowmen, I mean candy canes, and
Yeah, that sounds like my house.
I was like, Tina, your
Lights
Santa is
and reefs. Don't forget that.
Yo, baby, this one house and all their stuff was just about down. They had so many. They had
I
Santa
know.
down.
Yeah.
They had Rudolph the Red-Nosed down. They had Frosty down. But I'm not lying. When I tell you, in this same neighborhood, across the street, around the corner, Grinch was still standing. Grinch was still
Oh
standing.
no! How in the world? What is that? What is that? I don't even have a comeback to say what or to ask why is the Grinch still standing. I don't even have a comeback
The
to that.
Grinch was still
So
standing. I mean, this
that don't
one
make no
house
sense.
had the entire Frosty the Snowman, had Santa, had Rudolph, and they start with
I
man
know
down, Santa down,
because
Santa down.
even even I have a couple of reefs that have fallen off of the window, and they're just still on the porch in front yard. One of them is anyway. I was like, y'all walk over that one.
Oh my
When you
God.
deliver my packages,
Wait a
just
minute.
walk over it. We're
Wait
good.
a minute. So you're gonna have to have Mr. Murray come back and put everything back. Girl,
I
Santa was
know.
deflated. There
Oh
was so
no, girl,
many.
might have cussed me out if I call him back over here and
Ooh,
ask him to
don't
put
have the
this
man of
stuff
God.
back up.
Don't have the man of God cussing out. Wait a
I
minute.
will. I'm gonna put Marty
He
out there.
already
Marty probably will
quit.
cuss me out for that one.
Oh, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
he already quit. So no. Mm-mm.
But it was so many deflated. Okay, if anybody saw deflated Santas around Memphis, drop it in the chat. But I saw so many deflated Santas. But when I saw that Grinch was still standing, I said, now I want to say maybe they went out but I promise you,
Heck no.
Santa down, but Grinch was standing
Heck no.
across the street.
I
Oh
think
God,
Satan ruling in that neighborhood. I think Satan own that house.
ooh,
Just mine. Just my property.
don't say that.
Just my
You know
property.
something? Hold on, Tina. I literally now most people don't know. I jumped on in the Facebook. Now we got those rooms, and I actually last week was doing lives. Now I actually kind of slowed up over the weekend, so I was trying to do every day counting down to my birthday, December 30th. But I have slacked up on doing the Facebook lives. But one of my friends, his name is Lon Bada. He actually, I said, give me a question I can talk
Lon
about.
Bottom.
It's Italian. Lon, just say
Oh,
Lon.
okay. I was about to say, where is he from? Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
his family is, I don't gonna say he's from Sicily, but I'll just say
Okay.
he's from
That's okay.
But the thing is this. He was talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He just said, why does Rudolph have had conditional acceptance? Because he went real deep with it, real deep, honey. Woo, child, he went to,
Oh
and we ended up
Lord.
jumping in the room and having a
You
45-minute.
adults are way too, y'all think too much.
Hold
You
on,
adults
hold
think
on, no, no, no,
too
no.
much.
Wait a
But
minute.
okay,
But
I'll
Rudolph the
listen. I'll listen.
red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
I know the song.
Okay, and Rudolph's the TV show is now part of our it's on now. But the truth is, I was like, oh my God, he's so true. Nobody wanted to fool with Rudolph until he was of use to them. He went there. He talked
True.
about relationships and
True.
conditional acceptance and how oftentimes people don't want us in their life unless they can use us. And I was like, that's so true. And then
Sure.
he even went to the elf that didn't want to be an elf, who wanted to be a dentist, and how pursuing his dreams. I was like, but Santa, trying to keep his reputation intact, he didn't come to neither of the defenses. He didn't encourage the elf to be what he wanted to be in life, and he only tapped Rudolph until he was able to guide my sleigh tonight. I was like, oh my God, that is so deep. It's like, he said, what are we teaching our children? And I was like, well, I don't have any, but I was like, that is some deep stuff. They're like, what did they teach us about self-acceptance or unconditional acceptance or condition? Now, Tina, I just need to know.
Don't start me about what. Okay, go ahead. You're about to ask me, what does that teach my child? Is that what you're about to ask me?
What does that teach you?
Well. I ain't got no answer for that right now.
Okay,
I'm tell you what I do have an answer for.
What do you teach Olivia about Christmas? What do you teach her about the holiday and all the Rudolph and Santa and Frosty the Snowman?
So far, Olivia is 7 years old, and I call her a late 6-year-old because she just turned 7 in October. So she's still more on the verge of 6. As a 6-year-old, I teach my daughter, and I'm sure finna go there with it. I'm about to go there with this comment. I teach my daughter that I want her to be a 6-year-old. I want her to be creative. I want her to be imaginative. I don't want her to be grown and a teenager yet. So I want to tell all you parents out there that's got children, that's my daughter's age, that's telling my child that ain't no Santa Claus, get back. Shut your mouth. Leave my child alone and stay out of it. Because for right now, okay, so Christie, Olivia came home. Seriously, she came home from school last week and said, Mommy, such and such in my class said that there's no Santa. And I said, well, why did she say that? Well, her mommy told her that there's no Santa Claus. So, Mommy, is there a Santa Claus? I said, well, Santa Claus may not come to their house, baby, but Santa Claus comes to our house. And she said, I told her that, yeah. She said, I told her it was a Santa. And I was just, I was honestly, I was infuriated inside because I'm like, okay, y'all, your baby, as well as mine, is 6 and or 7 years old. You are not, in my opinion, this is mine, and I'm sticking to it. These are not the opinions of the sponsors, staff, a StreamYard, nobody but mine. But why I want her to imagine and to believe, and not to necessarily believe that there is a flying reindeer or a Santa, but to believe that there is something that supernatural things can happen. And so you all don't even give my child, y'all didn't even give me a chance, myself or my husband, y'all didn't even give us a chance ourselves to tell our child that, okay, baby, Mommy and Daddy truly has been your Santa for all these years, because he really doesn't exist. However, we wanted you to be imaginative and to believe, like, what do you think? What do you see? What do you think can happen? Do you think that, a reindeer can talk? Do you think that elves are real? Create it. I want you to be creative. And I believe, this is my opinion again, I believe it stunts the children when we smart adults begin telling our children that there are no such, that these things aren't real, even though they're not, but there's a time and a place. It's like, it's like, she's 6. It's no reason for me to tell her that a woman has a menstrual cycle. I'm just saying, it's no reason. Not at 6 years old. At 15, at 12, at 12, I need to tell her at 12, maybe even 10, but not now. Why would I tell her I ain't gonna go there because I was about to get graphic. I'm not at my former radio station, so I'll leave that alone. But why would I tell her that? Why would I tell her she's about to have a menstrual cycle and go deep into that? That's foolish. She's 6. Let her be a child right now, where she is, in her place, in her world. Let her create. Let her imagine. Let her be present. Let me put it that way. Let her be present. Not the future so much. Let her be present. That's my take. It's 9:30. Let me get my sheet.
Wait a minute, it's not 9:30. It's
The
not
Taylor
9:30.
Tilton Show.
Hold on, it's not
Yeah.
9:30. My alarm ain't went off on yet.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. Well, again, that's my take, Christy Taylor. They already told my kid that there was not a Santa, and my only comeback was,
Now it's
oh,
9:30.
okay. Okay.
Good morning.
Sunshine,
Good
Back
morning,
reading my sponsors.
everybody.
raising both hands in summer.
Yay!
The
Yay!
Taylor Tilton Show is sponsored by Christie Taylor Consulting. Christie Taylor Consulting teaches clients how to increase their on-air confidence and talent, show development, copywriting, script consulting, and devising industry strategies. www.christietaylorconsulting.com. And the Taylor Tilton Show is also sponsored by the Podcast Center, a professional video and podcast studio, classroom, and event space for individual storytellers of all experience levels. The Podcast Center offers a quiet production space to record your audio and video podcast, and we can broadcast your podcast on Comcast. That's www.taylortilton.com.
Now, this is a prelude. The Taylor Tilton Show is a prelude to the Christie Taylor Show today at 10 a.m. and Tina Tilton's The Blend today at 10:30 on Comcast 31 Memphis and Comcast 44 in Rome, Georgia. And we've been talking about, well, we just wrapped up how stop running your mouth and making these children grown before they're supposed to be. Let them believe in let their imagination soar. I don't know if anybody was harmed by believing in Frosty the Snowman.
Tell me about it. Right. Tell me about it.
Like, some of you all are still looking for God to be your Santa Claus. Oh, come on.
Sure. And you know what, Christy?
Tina,
perhaps if they had, let me say this. Perhaps if they had believed in Santa, then it would be easier to adjust that there is a God. Like, okay, well, I did believe in Santa, so now we know that Santa is not is God, but God is obviously way bigger and better than Santa. But he's still supernatural. It's something that you still have to believe, because without faith, it is impossible to please him. But I mean, you can't believe. You got to believe that he had a son, and this is the reason for the season. You have to believe all that stuff, because we don't see it. We weren't there. We just have heard the stories. So it's still a belief process and something that's unseen. So do you believe? Like, it made it easy for me to believe, because I saw things that I prayed for, asked for out of my parents. I asked for, a doll that blinked or whatever back in the day. I got a doll that blinked. Hey, I know they pee and everything nowadays, but I'm just saying, I got a doll that blinked her eyes. So, an easy bake oven, things of that nature. So it became easy to say, when my parents introduced us to God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, it became easy to say, oh, okay. Okay.
I can believe in that.
I can believe in that.
Something, this is so good, because we've had a candid conversation. I think last week you were saying, was I a Grinch who sits out Christmas because we were poor growing up? And while I did clarify there was a little poverty in the Taylor household, single parent raising us in the deep country, in the rural, granddaddy had outhouses and chicken coops and whale and all that, just good Southern living,
Yeah.
But we did have gifts. Mom would, get those Monopoly games. Brenda had the easy bake oven. I had a phonograph. I loved music, vinyl records. So she would, Michael had G.I. Joes and stuff. But her point was that the reason for the season was God sending his son. So we had to understand, Old and New Testament prophecies and
Yep.
fulfillments,
That's
as
right.
part of our,
That's
but
right.
she did allow us to also have a great imagination, which is probably why we're all creatives. I mean, my mom also was an
And you
advocate,
all are. Yep.
and
Y'all are.
because she allowed our minds to be
Yep.
stretched, because
Yep.
even if Saint Nick, which what we because see, that's how my mom was, and maybe this is where a lot of parents don't want to take out time to break down the story. And as you age and become age appropriate, these conversations change. It's like,
Yeah.
Santa Claus is based on a character or a person who lived, who did nice things, and the
Nice things.
story
Yep.
grew. Then
Yep.
you have, Santa. I mean, you have, someone built a snowman that looked real, and then their imagination brought
Yes.
to life. I mean, and that's
Yes.
what we do if we allow our children, the child within us, because honestly, most people who do squash children dreams have their dreams squashed. So they are just dream squashers. They don't think you should daydream, which I still do to this day. The reason you and I are enjoying the careers that we have is because we keep dreaming.
Yes, that's right.
Tina, you and I right now,
but you know what?
living.
At one point, you had to start dreaming. So we've started dreaming as children.
Exactly.
And we're still dreaming. Correct.
And we're still our parents did not tell us to stop dreaming. Now there are certain things, they're like, rein it in. Howsoever, our dream job, the jobs that we're doing, some people call dream jobs. And we dreamed these jobs and we put effort into it. And to this very day, we're still dreaming. We're dreaming about taking over the entire Comcast Southeast.
Absolutely. And I'm still dreaming of a white Christmas.
Now, don't you put that white
Christmas like the one I
used to know. I can't stop. I have to join you. I have to join in the caroling.
Get my Bing Crosby voice on, y'all.
Right. Starry Nights. For those who don't know, once again, tomorrow, well, actually it started, November 26th, and it runs actually through January the 1st. There's the drive-through tickets, the walk-in bike, the flex and unlimited tickets. Of course, you can experience the magic of the holidays at Shelby Farmers Park's largest event. Starry Nights brings the spirit of the season to life with dazzling light displays featuring more than 3.5 million lights. And Starry Nights will be one of our future sponsors. I'm dreaming of that because I gave them an entire plug. And speaking of sponsors,
yes, you did.
If you are interested in growing with the Taylor Tilton Show and the Taylor Tilton Hour, and you want to be
that's on radio and television,
on a Comcast radio and television. And matter of fact, okay, some of you all are laugh, enjoying this. We actually have somebody in another state is like, hey, can we get some artists on your show? Like the Tina Tilton Show. The Taylor Tilton Show and the Christie Taylor Show and Tina Tilton's The Blend. We are blowing up, and we want y'all to be a part of it.
Yes.
Hey, Tina. Okay.
Yes, well, I'm getting ready to go. Christie Taylor, so don't ask me no deep questions. Don't you hear car doors? I'm telling you, I'm about to leave out here.
I heard that. That's what I said. Tina's on the move. Tina's on the move.
Well, see, here's the beauty. Here's the cool thing, though. Today, I did not have anyone come to my home, but today I'm having to leave the home.
Ooh.
Are you
going to Christmas shopping again?
I am not today. Today, I actually have to go to work. It's time to get some work in. Got to go to that podcast center. Yes.
Okay, the podcast.
Yes. We have a new client today, so big shout outs to. We actually have 2 new clients, so big shout outs to both of them. But there's one particular client that we're filming today at 10. Well, we're gonna be there shortly. But his name is Samuel Bess, and he has a talk show that's coming up called Bluff City Bess, BESS. And I said, "Oh, I love the title. I love your name. The name of your broadcast is so amazing because it matches your last name, and this is gonna fare well." He will be interviewing just your everyday people and their aspirations of how they came to be where they are, whether it's a nurse or a store clerk, Santa's elves. I don't know, just whoever he's going to interview. I like the concept of it. and I, told them, hey, we are available to make that happen for you. We can broadcast that podcast on Comcast for you. So we got them taken care of. So that's why you will hear a lot of car doors. I mean, you hear car doors because I'm about to scoot up out of here.
Well,
So
you
I
know
may blink
something?
out, Christy Taylor. You
No,
already know. So you
okay,
better hold it
okay.
down
Well,
when I
I'll
blink
be
out.
prepared. I'll be prepared just in case in the midst of your in motion. Because for those who are like, well, you all are talking about the sponsors. Christy Taylor Consulting is a sponsor, and the Podcast Center is a sponsor. Now, the Podcast Center, which actually assisted me in even doing one of my shows, is based in Bartlett. And you all just heard this is the day in the life of Tina Tilton, y'all. We
I promise.
literally, this is the longest Tina and I talk. Is Tuesdays at 9 a.m. I'm so
It
grateful.
is.
I'm grateful that she came up with this idea because at least I know I have 1 hour I can talk to her about anything. And you see, we're literally,
She's right.
this is like a phone conversation for you all. Just a little more. Look,
Christy
sponsored
Taylor,
by.
I got a family. I got
I
a family.
know. She got a family and she's true to her family. Matter of fact, okay. I know we're going to be getting in just a few minutes to it. Okay. Tina also came up with this idea of sharing things that people don't know about us. And I literally.
Oh yeah, that's coming up in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And the thing is that I think about it so often. I'm like, oh my God, I could share that. I mean, like she really has my mind gone. Okay, so let's going back to the Podcast Center. One of the things I like about the Podcast Center up the highway, Bartlett, that Bartlett, Cadova area, it really does provide us an opportunity to take our shows to the next level. So I just wanted to give you that shout out because even though we don't get a chance to sit and talk, I know you're super crazy busy, doing your family life.
Thank you, Christy. Oh, that's beautiful.
I just want to say that. So I do want to say that. So, So now, okay, now let me go back to Santa, man down. You have not picked Santa up off the ground yet. You have not
No. He's still deflated. I was saying that I had not picked up this reef that's off the ground either. But my husband's here. He's here playing music as if he don't see it. I'm like, get that reef off the ground. It's two of them. Two of them are down. Two reefs are on the ground. And that storm knocked those reefs. But you know what? They are too high up. That's why we had to call Marty, because the reefs are so high up on the house that our ladders for the ceiling inside can't reach that.
Well, I'm not gonna say that Marty said. Now Marty did low key say these are more reefs than normal, and the storm,
you and remember that?
And now Marty is somewhere saying, "I told her not to put all them reefs up there."
Probably so. You remember that?
The same reefs you went and bought the other week, they're now on the ground. So you might need to leave them reefs. Donate those reefs to somebody else. Donate that to
what
somebody.
You said donate? Oh heck no! Now you know what? I'm glad you said that though, because we do donate Olivia's toys to, like I tell her, a needy family. Because when Santa comes for her to bring her new toys, she don't need all these toys that she doesn't play with anymore. She can give those away. So that's what we do. She has to give her toys away in order for her to receive what she's asking for. So
wow.
Santa really has brought her everything that she currently has desired. But now, like over the weekend, we're going to have to get together her toys that she doesn't play with anymore and that are in still good working condition, and give those away to Goodwill and stuff like that. So she knows that's what we do.
Well,
you give, you receive, baby.
So she is one of Santa's helping elves. I love it.
Yep. And one of these days, and I'm serious with this about this. One of these days, I'm gonna.
See, this is what Tina meant by once you get on the road and start moving and driving up the highway to Bartlett, her phone gonna probably drop out. And if that's the case, we're gonna probably, hold it down till she come back. Okay, there you go.
Hello.
Yeah, you back, honey. You're on the road again. Yeah, but that's really good. That's really good. Hey, okay, now I know that you are on the road. And I do know that you
so we better do this getting to know.
Okay, so come on, Tim. Okay, this is your week to go first on getting to know you. getting to know all
Getting to know
about you.
you. Something that you all do not know about Taylor Tilton is, you ready for this, Christy Taylor?
Okay, I'm really waiting.
I got me a puppy.
Oh, stop it!
I got a new baby. I got a
Oh,
puppy for 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 3 days ago. She's been here with us for 3 days.
what type of puppy did
She's
you
a
get?
she's a Maltipoo. She's white.
Oh, see,
But I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying that for that reason though. But
see,
no, I was
see. Folk
actually
gonna think. See, folk gonna think I got issues with the.
no,
Oh, you just keep
no.
okay. No, but
I
you
was
gotta take
actually
a picture. Okay,
okay.
so first of all, are you
So
gonna be like those
I
over the top
am.
dog moms dressing up in Christmas sweaters and all
Oh
that?
she already has one on.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so yes. Okay, so let me tell you how that happened. Mom and I really were just out shopping Saturday. So again, big shout outs to mom. And we were
Oh,
um and we were next door to a pet store that sold pets. And I said, let's go inside there. I'd like to see what they have. And I went inside and I saw a Yorkie that I liked, and I fell in love with the little Yorkie. I was like, oh, so cute. But I still have always wanted more of a teacup poodle like what I had, because I had a teacup poodle for 16 years. Her name was Cassidy,
oh, I didn't know
and
you were a dog.
Cassie has
See, that's
been
something I didn't know. I didn't know you were a dog person, like a true dog person.
ah for real, yeah, teacup. So she was every bit of 5 pounds. When she toppled 6, they said that she was overweight. Oh Lord,
Mm.
my dog got to lose weight. She got to lose 1 pound. Okay, but 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 she passed 4 years ago. It's almost 5 years ago, and I've just been desiring a dog all this year, and
Oh,
and yeah, and Olivia's getting bigger. Of course, she will always need mommy, but she doesn't need mommy like a puppy would, like, just
right.
a little baby would. And I don't know, maybe it's my own insecurities. Like, look here, you always want something that needs you. Don't you got enough people in your house that need you? Well, yes and no. So leave me alone. But but
Oh,
but now I do have a little Maltipoo, and she's actually she's done well. She gets up every 2 hours. She plays for an hour. She goes back to sleep for 2 hours. She plays for an hour. Yes, she is biting toes and pants and shoes and carpet and rugs and everything that she can get her teeth on. Right now, she's biting it. I said, no, 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 you don't bite
oh,
mommy. Nope, nope, don't bite mommy. So, uh, but I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm like, this is my Christmas gift. Thank you, husband. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, everybody. That was like, yeah,
oh.
yet another live body in the house, Tina. Oh boy, okay.
Another
You
one.
got a
You just,
daughter, you got foster kids, you got a dog. Lord have mercy. What are you doing?
honey, when I tell you, you house full.
I got a
Honey.
house full. I have room though, but yeah, I got I got a house full. But I'm grateful. I love my puppy. I got a puppy. So mommy's coming back. I mean, roof, 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 roof. Okay. I just told her that mommy will be back after she gets out of the podcast.
Oh, so you don't so you're not the kind that take her and put her in your purse while you're shopping, are you?
What you talking about? Yes, I am. I had Cassidy in my purse. I did it before Paris Hilton did it. So
Oh,
she cannot take credit for that. I'm so serious. I used to take my dog Cassidy. Again, Cassidy was 16 years old. So I had her for a long time. And I remember when Sam and I first got married 15 years ago, we took her to CK's restaurant. It
you
was
took her
overnight. It was
where?
a CK's restaurant.
Shut it up.
You know CK's. Look, the
Yes, the
CK's
breakfast spot.
was
Well,
in
the 24
Whitehaven.
hour. Yes.
Yes. We were dating. So it was what, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and we were hungry. And I didn't want to leave my dog, so I put her in my purse and took her to CK's, and she didn't do anything. She just used to lay in the purse. She didn't, like, really, Cassidy didn't do anything. And I told her, I said, all right, when we get in here, just don't blink. If you don't blink, we can get away with this.
And apparently she didn't blink.
Child, she blinked and that waitress spilled all kind of water and juice on her. She said, "Oh Lord, it's a dog."
Ah!
And
Oh,
she
oh
spilled the
my
drinks
goodness.
all on us. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." We were like, "Oh, it's okay." and we were bracing ourselves for them to put us out, but they didn't put us out.
Oh,
She stayed in my purse.
wow.
She stayed in my purse. So this
Yeah,
one, yes, she's purse size too.
I
And so
love
I'm looking forward
it.
to putting her in my purse too and carrying her along. Like, come on
Well,
with mommy.
I'm looking forward to meeting the new family member. What's the baby's name?
Kennedy.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Thank you.
so
Okay,
so
so that's me. Let's get to
yeah,
know you.
getting to know Tina. She is a dog person who likes teacup dogs, and she has a new baby, Kennedy. 3 days
Yes.
into her life, new family member who's already in Christmas sweaters.
What about you, Chrissy Taylor? Come on, let's get to know you.
I can't compete with that, but I will say that I was like, what do people don't know about me? Those, there's some people who know this, but very, 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 very few. That I have a little taste of germophobia.
My God.
I have a little taste of germophobia, but let me tell you how much of a little taste I have. That this is where it crosses into like what? I actually, when I grocery shop, particularly, yeah, even if it's Instacart or I go to the store, I wash my groceries before I put them up.
You what? You wash your groceries? Now I know that people wash their fruit and vegetables. Is that all you're talking about? The fruits and vegetables?
No, ma'am.
You're not talking about the frozen beef and the chicken and chicken packages.
Yes, ma'am.
And the can of pork and beans, are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Dear Lord, and she speak to trees too. God, who have you paired me with? Who is this? What child is this? Help me,
Okay,
Jesus.
hear me out.
What is this? Mama, help me.
Okay,
Mama, help me.
I did this before the global pandemic. I was on this and I used to be like, oh my God, I really, OCD. I got OCD germophobia. But my germophobia really is okay. How many times do we tell people clean out your refrigerator once a week, disinfect it and all like that, right? Did you grow up cleaning out your refrigerator? Wiping it down? Okay, well, my mom, we grew up cleaning out our refrigerators, wiping them down, putting bleach in it and all like that. But in my mind, I'm like, but then you stock it with dirty food containers. It's like you clean out the refrigerator. You go to the store with products that have been from one end of America to the other end, from China to Belize to all these places. Everybody's been touching it. God forbid somebody gets orange juice and people cold and flu season and they're sneezing and hachu, and then they reach for that orange juice and they put it back because it's too high, and yet they hachu germs are on it. And we then grab that orange juice after them during cold and flu season and now a global pandemic, and we put it in our refrigerator right beside the sweet potato pie. Oh my God.
You know what? You and my sister would not be able to live in the same home. Y'all both would look like Michael Jackson when he used to go across seas and wear his whole parachute outfit with his beehive hat going on. That's what y'all would look like, because that she is almost to that point. But and I'm just like, how so? And I'm gonna ask you the same question, because how so? You both grew up in a household with 4 or more people, but you got the nerve to be a germaphobe. I'm like, what the heck?
Therein lies the answer to your question.
Please.
Therein lies the answer to your question, because particularly in the deep South, in the rural, where people did not have the same amount of refrigeration, and sometimes they did the deep freezers, and God forbid the flour, to this day, if I get a bag of flour and I don't like when the crawly things started happening in the flour growing up. If anybody knows about real flour, yes, I understand when my mom explained it to me. Well, when you harvest it, the eggs are in. I said, don't tell me the eggs, the insect eggs or whatever, the larva, because I understand that's the reason why there are expiration dates.
So
And-
wait a minute.
Hold on. And do you remember, Tina? See, this is another reason. Germophobia at its highest.
You can't wash flour, Christie Taylor. You cannot wash
minute.
a bag of flour.
I don't do that. No, but I do wipe them off. And now that we have all the dish wiping fat, I can. Sometimes I rinse it off in the sink, but I try not to do. I will take a disinfecting wipe and wipe the cardboard box and paper packaging.
Everything she got tastes like Clorox wipes. Everything she cooked. All right, y'all, be careful over there. Christie seasons her food with Clorox wipes.
But come on, remember the can of Coke?
Microban.
Remember the stocking stories where they would talk about how in these shipping yards and stuff, rodents and stuff would be crawling over the cans and stuff and having their, that's why I watched that.
A little rodent poop ain't gonna kill you. You ain't never had
it might make you sick though. It might make you sick.
But it might not. It might give you some kind of health benefit. You better try that Coke. You better leave that Coke alone and just put a straw in it.
Okay, so can I tell you? But I will tell you my germophobia. But I do tell myself we're not gonna be crazy. So when I do get to a point where I'm like, now
you think that ain't crazy? Hold on. You think that ain't crazy to wash every can, bean, bread, flour, fruit and vegetable? You think that ain't crazy, right? You think? Lord have mercy. Y'all, this show today has been brought to you by the Christie Taylor Consultant Business and the Podcast Center Show Business. Thank y'all for watching and listening. I'm headed to the Podcast Center to take my new client. Glory to God.
Well,
God bless y'all. Good night.
Wait a minute. And the Christie Taylor Show is airing in 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That too. Yeah.
On Comcast 31 Memphis and in Comcast 44 Rome with today's special guest, Sharice Floyd. I am now going to be sharing in addition, if you're not in Memphis, you can listen to it and watch it on YouTube and Spotify. Check out my Facebook page. And Tina's special guest on the blend today is just going to be whoever she wants. And in the broadcast. And no, I'm not crazy.
Shout outs to Kavanje on the blend today. Anyway, at 10:30. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. I'll say again, God bless y'all and good night.
Good night.
Comma and a comma, gotta get it. Comma and a comma, gotta